beautiful queens and handsome kings doing this morning? How you all doing? Welcome or welcome back to the start of a new video. How you all doing? I hope and pray that your day been going great for you up so far. I pray that this week have been going amazing for you. And I hope and pray that this year, the start of this year, been okay for you or been going great for you as well. I know we're in day 7 in January, and I just feel like the days going back kind of a little fast as it is because I said that the reason why I say that because I got my days mixed up. I'm just going in with this little EOS dupe lotion. I called it like a duplicate of the EOS. I had told you I had bought this from Dollar Tree a little bit while back, maybe a couple, might have been 3 4 weeks ago. I had purchased this. I'm just gonna go on my face and cause I had washed my face this morning, did my skincare. I forgot to put some lotion on. I basically just used my Cetaphil, and like I say, I gotta try to get me some more product. I'm gonna look online on Target. One of the queens. I shout out to Simply. No, who? I don't know what. I think one of the queens. She commented on my page. Is it? I don't know, y'all. Hold on for a sec. Okay, I'm back, you all. I had to get my tablet because you all know I do have the YouTube studio app as well as YouTube downloaded YouTube app on this tablet. So like days when I want to just take a break from my phone. But shout out to that girl Tamiria 8323, one of the queens that's a part of my community. She commented on my most recent, well, not my most recent, the video, maybe 2 videos before last. It was like a visual diary video about skincare products that she used, and she said she used order it on Target. I do need to start back sometimes seeing what kind of merchandise Target have, because I remember years ago I used to shop at Target all the time when I was working back in the day at in the area where I was located back in the, I call it like the Midtown area here in Memphis. I used to work out that way. So they had like a little mini shopping center where they had a Target. They had like a lot of little restaurants out there. And I also had worked at one of the restaurants that was, in that surrounding area. And so sometimes when I get to work early, when I used to get off the bus, but like I say, back in the day, the buses was a lot better than what they is now. Like transportation was, buses was better. The service, the time you wait on it was a lot better back in the day. But I used to sometimes I get off a bus early because I used to have to leave my house maybe two hours before work just to make sure I got that bus, because like I say, that route I used to have to catch, it always was packed because so many people worked out in that area, just in general. But to make a look, I used to always like to go to that Target sometimes and check out a lot of things they had. And I did say, because I do have when I do my Instacart, Target is on there. So I think I'm gonna try to make that. I'm gonna look on the app today and see if I can find like she said she used to get like a serum for her face, and I'm gonna try to see how much they Cerevi is or not. I'm gonna just type in skincare and see what kind of products they recommend on there, because I do really need to update my skincare routine. I noticed, like, I think I was meant telling you all, my face just continue to still gets real dry. And yesterday, what I did when I came in, when I got off of work, started me just washing the makeup straight off my face. I used that Pond's makeup creamer, the little ball I showed y'all sometimes that I use when after I've been to clean my face and wash it, and I might go in with a little of it and use it as like a what I would say, like a moisturizer before I put the makeup on my face, so my skin won't be looking as dry, because I noticed my face would look so dry before I apply the makeup. Hold on, y'all. Okay, you all, I'm back. I had a call come through, a phone call prior to talking to you all and recording. But yeah, I'm back. Yeah, it was something I forgot. I said, oh yeah, about the facial. cleanser. Yeah, I gotta update my product, and we gonna see what I choose next. But also, prior to me tuning in, I did my morning Bible study. I did some journaling. And I also, even though I said I was just going to use my brown book that I got for journaling, I was just going to use it strictly for journaling. But I might, which I might kind of start using the paper as well for like content creation ideas and titles that I want to use as well, because I got that Chat GBT, if I'm pronouncing it right, Chat GBT. I finally download that app. I could get it on the phone, which I'm not messed up about because I got enough apps. Like I said, using Canva. I got my Bible app on here. I don't want to overdo it with my storage on this phone, because I use it. Like I said, I record. Oh, I do all my videos now just using this phone. And so but I'm using the older version. It won't let me. It didn't let me get that app. So I did download ChatGPT on the tablet. And y'all, when I say it's kind of a little creepy. I was watching. I think it was. I've been hearing a lot of people talking about ChatGPT lately. A lot of creators, especially that do content creation, and so I didn't know that the app help you if you're a person that struggles with thumbnails and how the titles. And that's one reason why I wanted to download that app, because sometimes I get a little confused, or I kind of be unsure about what type of titles I should use for as my video ideas. And I know it been times over the last few months, last year now, because it's a whole new year, when I would ask you out on my community page, like what kind of title, like I give y'all a list of titles. And a lot of you all was saying that y'all like the Life at 40 or Life in My 40s diaries. And I'm just, basically showing you all realistic or real life days in my life as a 40-year-old, woman. And it's like the 40-some-year-old, those titles was okay, but I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to stop doing the Life in My 40s, but I do want to start getting more to the point where if I could just title my videos and just put the title down under the description versus me have to do the titles as well as like the subtitles, where like, say for instance, if you're gonna say a day in my life as a food server, and then you got the day in my life as a food server, then you start showing like my after evening routine after servicing, and my skincare, stuff. I'm just getting a little point. So when I typed in the what my channel basically about, because y'all know I had kind of rebrand my channel, I would say last year, I want to say May of last year, I changed up some stuff, because originally my channel was supposed to be on lifestyle, self care, and makeup. That was the three headings or topics that I was supposed to just continue to surround my channel with. But as time grew and I started growing out of just not saying that I don't do these three things no more. I'm like, I would just start adding other stuff on my channel. Like I would do sit down videos. A lot of people like sit down videos, and I started adding more hair content. I did like little Dollar Tree hauls and chit chat videos. So I'm like, what, then show y'all how to do, polish my natural nails, like little mini beauty, like little simple little things you could do at the house if you don't have, like the funds to really just go out and pamper yourself. I'm gonna say it like that. Like I say, prior to when I first started, I would, my channel was based on, cause like I say, it's just something about self care. I never go out of style on YouTube, and so back then when I first started my channel, I was trying to see, like how, cause I think in my fourth video, it had been like my fourth or fifth video, when I started doing like self care Sunday, or like some type of self care videos. I noticed those videos would do pretty well on my channel, where I had got like over 200, 300, maybe 400 average views. And I even had one video to this day got like almost 600 some views off of self care. So I never wanted to just get rid of self care completely, but I did wanted to start where I just said, what, after when I noticed like self care wasn't is self care wasn't as trending like like, cause like I say now, if you're a content creator yourself, you kind of know what I'm talking about. If you look at YouTube now and this time versus back then or when you started, you notice the trends is changing. You know, you see more people probably talk a lot about self development, or I like a lot of content is with self development or how to reevaluate yourself, or people doing more like sit down chit chat videos on how you can grow as a person individually. And so I just said, what, let me just change my channel name. So study me saying, which you all still see self care. Like I still do some forms of self care, and you, of course, you see me in my vlogs when I'm making my face up, or when I do my little get ready with me's and my video, my vlogs, I'm making my face up. So I said, you know what, I just want to just change my channel, just because then you say, study me just listening as them three headings just say lifestyle, all things, and growth. I felt like that would suit me better, because like I say, I'm growing every day as a creator as well as a woman individually. Like I look back at my channel from when I first started, even though in some things over my life. Now that I'm at 40 versus when I was in my early 20s, I have grown a lot. Like my mindset is different versus how it was when I was a little younger. So there's one reason what kind of made me come up with the idea of growth, because you are going to see a lot of growth on this channel. You're going to see a lot of growth, or I might talk about growth or how to grow, or things that I'm working on till I get to that point in my life where I want to be. You're going to see stuff like that, in my vlogs, or I try to include some type of message in my vlog, my lifestyle vlogs or whatever. But yeah, I had wanted to use ChatGPT so I can see how it helped me, because I typed in where I had did like, yeah, I typed in, because at first when I tried it, I had did like a recorder, and then it was so kind of creeped me out, because when I recorded, it was a person responded back to me, a man, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So it was a recorder, and it was like, I'm here to help, and then he said, your channel is based on lifestyle, almost like if the person was talking back to me, and I kind of got a little freaked out. So I'm like, you know what, after that, it did give me some good ideas, and I kind of screenshot it on my phone. And then I went back after that because the recorder kept talking. I'm like, let me end it right here, because it kind of freaked me out a little bit, got a little creepy. And so that's why I say technology is really something now these days. So it's like you have to be aware and also be careful with it, which I'm saying it now, because like I said, I've been hearing people talk about ChatGPT, and I'm like, you know what, let me see for myself, because I have been over the time limit when I'm creating my content. How can I get my titles eye catchy, like, or do different titles that really suits my lifestyle, because we all know that I'm a working mom. I work two jobs in the hospitality industry as a server, banquet server, as well as a restaurant server. I do banquet server at both of them, and then I'm a restaurant server. So it's like I want to try to figure out how can I incorporate how can I use these as like a more of a title that'll stand out to make the person or whoever come across my videos wants to click, because like I say, I have done. I remember back here when I started a little series called Delivered. Back here, if you've been following me for so long ago, that title old now, been 2 years ago. How God had delivered me from a lot of things at that time when I was I wasn't in the best headspace, but I never finished that series out, because I feel like I'm more now in a different headspace versus I was in 2023 or 2024. So it's this is a new year, so I'm in a whole different space now in my life. So yeah, so like I say, ChatGPT is pretty good. I got a lot of information. I'm gonna try to go back on there and kind of play around with the app and see can it help me with my thumbnails as well. Only thing about, I don't know how it might work, because I don't have Canva on that tablet. I think I got Canva. I don't know. I might got Canva on there. I might have deleted, because I know I had to delete a couple apps before, because I know I have to keep my Instacart app on there when I do my grocery shopping. But yeah, I think it's still on there, but I'm gonna have to see how it'll help me with my thumbnails because sometimes it do be kind of hard trying to, especially if you're a person like I take pictures, but I don't take pictures all the time, like every single day. Far as like to make my thumbnails catchy, I do need to get into back into a picture routine because I enjoy photography and taking photos because that's one thing that do help with your thumbnails is taking nice pictures. But also I learned this about YouTube with being on this platform now for 5 years is that when you do have a video, the the title, which is your the pictures that you're using for as your video, it should be based on what that video is about. That's from what I learned in the past about what I was told is to always make sure your with your thumbnails, your whatever picture you got on that thumbnail, that should be what the video about. That's why I was taught, and I of course I watch a lot of content about content creation as well. So yeah, but yeah, it really has helped that ChatGPT. Like I said, I had before I tuned in with you out, I was writing, which I couldn't see it because I was using my phone, so of course I can record. But I did some journaling as well as write those ideas down it gave me. So I kind of been going over them and reading them. But I'm gonna try to use those titles that it gave me and try to get some ideas on video ideas on how I want to go with those titles because I feel like those titles, when I told them that what my channel was about, I pray that it helped me where I can still continue to grow, and I'm forever thankful for the community that that I have been blessed with this length of time. So yeah. Yeah, I just want to kind of come in and just kind of start this video off with yeah, so yeah, I don't, like I said, today this actually my first off day. I just got my schedule for my second job, and I'm just waiting on getting my schedule from my first job because I had to reach out to my supervisor at my first job and let him know the days that I won't be able to work this upcoming week. So, because I would have to work at my second job in the morning for those particular days, and I think I'm gonna come up with a I've been thinking about because I know people do like real life, realistic content as well. I mean, I'm not saying realistic content. I do know people do like content where they can kind of, I ain't gonna say be relatable because nowadays people take relatable so out of context. Some people probably can relate to you and some don't. I just like I say I just try to keep it real as possible and just open up and share what the knowledge that I have on what's working for me or what's what I'm seeing with my own life, because one thing I'm learning also is that don't nobody know your life but you. Like I say, people can watch you all day 24/7 on camera or just watch your videos, but they really don't know you in real life like that, to really just speak up on something that they see you might have mentioned in your video. Because that's one thing about me, I don't down people, and I see this a lot now where you might have content creators critique other content creators. Sometimes it don't always be a good critique. Sometimes they try to talk about other people, but with me that's not my that's not my cup of tea. I just feel like everybody have a story to tell. Everybody know why they started their channel, if they want people to relate to them, because like I say, not everybody have a certain lifestyle like others. um like I say, me, I just feel like my lifestyle is just really simple living, and that's just really just how I am in real life. Like I say, I work, I come home. It's based like a repeat cycle. I used to get out a lot every now and then, treat myself to some lunch or go somewhere. But like I say, with the economy, the times we living in now, it's mighty hard to just really go out to eat like that, or So I just feel like everybody have to do what's works and what's best for them when it come down to them. If they want to, be YouTubers or content creators, just because what works for one person might not work for another. That's the same way even with when you work in a job or something, like everybody have a certain department they work in. I might be good at being a banquet server, but I might suck at being a customer service agent, or I might be good at, which I have been a front desk agent, and I did a great job. But I just at the time, it was some things that was happening, like far as the management went, because I kind of miss doing that kind of work, because all I was based doing answering calls, or checking people in, taking, people called and find out about rates on the room because they want to come here to Memphis and travel. I miss that. But the thing is, when you're in an environment around toxic people, like I talk about, it'll throw your whole, you know, make you not want to do certain things no more. Even though I'm still dealing with that, but I know how to deal with it more now, and I kind of know how to control it. But if it becomes too much, I know what I have to do. But yeah, everybody know what's best for them, what works for them. It just, I'm seeing a lot of things sometimes online that I come across, even when people comment on people videos. It just, people say a lot, but I just don't feed into it or whatever. I feel like you know what's best for you, and if you're doing the best you can and what suits you better, that's all that matters. Other people opinions about you, what you choose to do, it shouldn't matter. But yeah, I just want to come in and start a vlog off. I think I'm gonna finish up watching. I was watching a YouTuber. She was talking. I don't know her name. It's just a channel. Y'all know how YouTube refer you new channels or people that you probably never heard of. And I was just kind of watching her video.